As former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan completes 6 months in prison in the first week of February, his freedom hangs in the balance with his country preparing for a general election on February 8th. The outcome of the election, in which Khan's Tehreek-e-Insaf party or PTI will participate via proxies, since it is facing virtual derecognition, is expected to decide whether he comes out anytime soon. To get a perspective on what is in store for Khan and his party, Mayank Chhaya Reports spoke to Raoof Hasan, who is a spokesperson for the PTI apart from being a widely respected strategic affairs and political expert and a columnist. He spoke to MCR from Islamabad. What's happening with Imran Khan now?
Imran Khan is completing 6 months in prison now, early next month,
Right.
The first week of February, he will be completing 6 months. And there is absolutely no possibility that they would let him move out of jail. They have a number of cases. They accuse him of ABC, XYZ, and when he is granted bail in one, they arrest him in two others. And the struggle is to secure bails in all of them, so that he's able to come out. But I definitely do not foresee any freedom for him before elections, which are now scheduled for 8th of February. Barely, actually less than two weeks away. So he's definitely going to stay there. And like I said last time I was talking to, and I said, Pakistan today is an unconstitutional and illegal state. Unconstitutional because all five governments, the central government in Islamabad and the four provincial governments, have outlived the mandatory 90 days period, So they have been rendered unconstitutional, consequently illegal. The institutions have virtually liquidated, including the judiciary. In fact, most notably the judiciary. The recent decision by the Supreme Court of Pakistan with regard to taking our electoral symbol away is symptomatic of a deep sickness which unfortunately has engulfed that institution. That is tragic, because being the apex court, it rides over the entire justice system of the country. And if it becomes corrupted to a point that it has, unfortunately, I feel that that needs it's a massive overhaul, and there is. It's a kind of disease that Pakistan suffers from, which cannot be administered, which cannot be cured by administering disprines and Panadols. I think we are in for a massive surgical procedure, and it's only then that possibly we shall be able to get back on the rails to move forward. Otherwise, it's a downhill.
What do you foresee for your party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, in the coming elections, especially in the context of Imran Khan's freedom?
Well, we've always said, that PTI does not need any canvassing because the fact, that people have been made massively aware of circumstances in which they have survived in the last 76 years, and they're sensitive about it, and our ratings have continued to surge, ever since he's been ousted from government. We can do without massive canvassing, which we are not allowed to do in any case, because we have continued to seek level playing field. But while other political parties have total freedom to hold their political rallies, take out processions, do whatever they want to, we have not been allowed by the administration to even take out one rally. And anyone who dares do it, is arrested in the middle of the night. Recently happened in Lahore 3 days ago when Salman Akram Raja, a leading jurist, who the PTI has given a ticket to fight election from Lahore. One of his supporters took out a rally. I think it was a very small rally. I think about a couple of hundred people, And then once the rally was over, in the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, his house was raided, and they took away the father and the son, who had taken out the rally. So, this is how severe the punishment that is meted out is to people, who dare sort of support PTI and take out. At this moment, when we talk, virtually every senior leader of PTI is either in prison or underground. There is no political activity allowed, and of course, the level playing field is also not available. We are without our symbol. That means that the candidates who may get elected to the parliament with our support, we will have no control over them, because we will not be able to impose flow crossing thing on them. So after getting elected with PTI support, they may still not support PTI in the parliament. They can move over to anybody, and this possibly was part of a broad mechanism that the government had enacted to land PTI into, so that even after apparently winning an election, it still may not be able to control its legislators, and it has also been told that when they get elected to the parliament, they usually have 72 hours to reiterate their status, whether they want to remain independent in the parliament or they would like to join a political party. We have been told that they can only join a political party which at least has one legislator elected on the basis of its ticket. Now, since we have been deprived of the right to give a ticket, we don't have a symbol. Consequently, we are only extending support to people. They're not our candidates; they are our nominees, right? So there's a difference there. So since we would not have anyone elected to the parliament on our ticket, so these people who get elected as independents, with our support, possibly will be stopped from joining the PTI. So we will have to look for another platform. So this is how difficult they have made things for PTI. But we are certain that most of these people we have nominated, they will win the elections, and we are definitely looking forward to at least theoretically enjoying a majority in the National Assembly and all the provincial assemblies.
So aren't you practically derecognized as a party if you don't have a symbol and you cannot have officially recognized members when they are elected? Why are you still a party then?
Well, the Supreme Court judgment, does not touch upon them. Consequently, we remain a political party, but I would possibly not use the word that you have, that word of de-recognize. We have been deprived of all the fundamentals that make a political party.
But so for all practical purposes, you are not, yeah.
Yeah, but we are still a political party registered with the Election Commission of Pakistan.
I see. And in the just for my clarification, can Mr. Khan contest from prison?
No, he can't, because his conviction has been stayed but not quashed.
Oh, so he cannot. Yeah. But since you attached his freedom to the elections and the way you described the situation of the PTI, why would any victory mean that possibly Mr. Khan will be out?
Well, as I said, the first and foremost thing for the government is to ensure that PTI does not win the election or is not in a position to form a government, which I think we will not be, in the sense, that we don't have people with us. So it's a legal battle. So I don't know which way will it move, which way will it go. But if we are able to get back our legitimacy as a political party in Pakistan, and these people who are elected with our support they come back to the fold, then definitely we would be in a position to form the government. That will change things drastically. Right. That will change the approach and attitude of the institutions also. So we can look for early relief from the judiciary. But I don't think that, having done this much in the last couple of years, having virtually decimated the party, having kept all our political leadership, all top leadership in prison now for over 8-9 months, and consistently refusing to let them out, even to do their politicking as candidates of the PTI, having taken away our symbol. I don't think I can conceive even in my wildest imagination that Khan is going to be out in the near future. I think they're going to keep him in for a very long time and ensure that the party is dead and buried before he is allowed out.
To conclude, Raoof, what happened with Nawaz Sharif now? I think he's good to go in terms of contesting, right?
Well, yes, they are having a whale of a time, they have no opposition, but our opposition, our support, of course, is widespread, and since they're not visible on ground, there's a lot of propaganda that we've lost that support, but we have not lost that support. Simply people are not coming out because obviously nobody wants to be arrested and tortured. But we expect, and I've just released a message today that everybody should step out and vote on the 8th of February, and I'm going to release a message virtually every day. Our stress is on people voting on 8th of February, and if they do, if they're allowed to do that, we fear that they may be stopped from approaching the polling stations and being able to vote. If they're able to vote, then obviously we are looking for a majority in the parliament.
But do you foresee Nawaz Sharif becoming prime minister again soon?
There are multiple stories doing the grapevine. Understandably, his temperament is such, that he is not very eagerly anticipated to become the prime minister by the powers that be. It's a known reality. It's a known fact, that they prefer the younger brother, which is Shehbaz Sharif. So I don't know whether he would become the prime minister or not. But see, all indications are that he is in line to take over as the prime minister, maybe for a shorter duration rather than 5 years. Maybe there's going to be a change mid-course. I mean, this is if they get a majority. There's a big if there, and because we all also have doubts about the extent of engineering that they will have to undertake to ensure a victory for any political party other than the PTI at this juncture. So, it is yet to be seen. But there is a lot of doubt being expressed about the possibility of the older Sharif becoming the prime minister for a long time. He may take over. He may take oath of office. He may stay in office for a certain period of time. But we definitely feel that he's not going to be there for all the 5 years, the mandated term.
So he's a spent force in many ways.
He is. I mean, he's not his. For example, he stepped out, and he's been addressing some rallies there, but they're very thinly attended. And as a matter of fact, virtually in all the rallies, there is a louder sloganeering for PTI than for PMLN. This is also a reality. Not that we are engineering it, but it's the people themselves, who go to these rallies, and they raise slogans, in support of Imran Khan.
And finally, what about his daughter, Maryam?
I don't think she's prime minister material. This has been my perception, my understanding for a very long time. She's too brash. She's too unintelligent to become the prime minister. And being the daughter of the 3-time prime minister does not give her the credentials to become the prime minister. And I understand also that the powers that be also don't look upon her as PM material. So we feel that the mantle of power will pass on to Shehbaz Sharif. If the PMLN is a winning party, then it will pass on to Shehbaz Sharif quite soon after the beginning of the term, 5-year term, for the winner in the elections.
I see. On that note, Raoof, it's been wonderful to talk to you. I want to thank you for your time. It's always greatly appreciated.
I'm very grateful to you that you always think of me.